Hey everyone, and welcome to a pretty little podcast. I'm Allie, Violet Vixen Commissara. All right, scene fam. Tonight we are diving straight into the heart of heavy, emotional, no holds bar rock. These guys have been crushing stages, ripping open souls, and providing exactly what the underground scene needed: raw honesty, soaring melodies, and that gut punch intensity we live for. So grab your energy drinks, slip on those headphones, because this is going to be one of those conversations you don't forget. Please welcome Tanis of Lives Lost.
What's up, guys?
What's up? How you doing
Thank
tonight?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Oh, definitely. I couldn't wait to get you on. I've been jamming out to your music for a couple weeks now, like getting in the mood, just giving each song like a little, you know, just trying them all out.
Yeah, a little jammy.
I have to say that my like two main songs right now that just hit me like harder than the other ones: Numb the Pain and Champagne. Like both of those
Okay.
songs, and they're like totally on different levels, but
Yeah, they are. Good choices though, Definitely feel like those songs are exploring two very different sides of the band in like a good way. Champagne's like more of like a 2000s emo rock song, and Numb the Pain's like very much like a modern octane type song.
I love that because that's like both sides of me.
I love that. Yeah, that's both those songs deep songs meaning wise for us. Champagne's about like friendship and betrayal, and Numb the Pain's about my struggles with addiction and depression. So
Okay. We will get into all of that because I want to hear about each and every piece. But while it's fresh, I want to hear how you guys came together. Like, how did you get to this lineup and know, like, this is the people that you want to take the band to the next level with?
some by choice, some by necessity, I would say. For me, like I started Lives Lost back in my studio apartment um, with my wife, and I found out my friend Alan Thompson was moving back to town. Um, and I've always wanted to be in a band with Alan. He's a drummer. He's a very, very sick drummer. He's the only other like kind of original member. I would say I got the band like started and songs written before he got involved because I was tired of my metal band, my metalcore band, and I just wanted to like write something to explore more depth than what I had already been talking about in the band. Uh, and we started hitting the ground running in 2020. We started like really rehearsing and stuff, and we added a longtime friend of mine who's not in the band anymore, Aaron Perry, on lead guitar, and I was playing guitar and singing. We've been through a couple lineup changes that are honestly unimportant, if I'm going to be so for real. um, but this current lineup we have is great guys. The other guys in the band now is one of my buddies from high school that I wrestled with, Austin Zeckman. He was a couple grades ahead of me, and he's kind of like our extra guy. Like he doesn't really tour or anything with us other than maybe the occasional weekend. But he's great vibe hang to have around, and he's really good riff writer. So if I'm like stuck on a riff, he's been getting really involved with that. Then we have Chad Wynn, who I met when we were playing as a three piece, and Chad was like, "I love your music. If you need another bandmate, like I'm your guy." Like just and we hit it off. He's been in the
Oh,
band now.
dear.
Yeah, literally, he's been in the band now. Yeah, third longest, behind Alan, of course, and he's amazing. He does a lot of backing vocals. He sings a lot of my higher stuff live when we're on tour because you sing belts every night for 3 weeks, and you're not talking by the end of it. But Chad's an awesome singer and a great guitar player. I'm very blessed to have him. He's our lead guitar player now. and he was our bass player, so he's very versatile. And then we just added a guy recently, Brandon Walls, and he's playing bass and also has a background in a couple other like bigger scene bands from like some time ago. His biggest band kind of ceased to be in like 2018. But he's a great bass player and songwriter. So I'm very excited for this next lineup. And, I've kind of been carrying the cart up my back alone with social media and the songwriting up until now. Um, and these guys have really like added value in tremendous ways that we haven't really had before. I mean, Aaron was a great songwriter too.
Now
He
you
just,
that's
you know,
interesting because you said that you went from doing the songwriting and then you said that they've really taken apart with putting riffs and doing different things. How has that changed? Like, do you still write the song first and then kind of go to them and say, "Hey, like, what do you
add your
think?
flair.
And where are you going with that?" Like,
Yeah, 100%. Even if it's just like, not changing and just making sure, like, a lot of times when I write a song, I'll have like alternate ideas already, and just having somebody that I can consistently, they're up the road and they can come over to my house and I can bounce ideas off of them. It's so nice to have bandmates that are close by. Towards the back half of the band, original lineup ceasing to be, Aaron, he moved to Delaware, so it was harder for us to get together and songwrite. Um, and Aaron was always somebody that I was bouncing songwriting ideas from. So I was starting to take like a long time with our songwriting process. And now because I have, two people, literally Chad lives in Hershey also, and Austin lives in Harrisburg. So we're all like 15, like I guess the main songwriters at this point, or main people that I try and get ideas off of. They're right here, you know? So it's nice
so
to have like a system.
what would you say is your like spot? Since I know a lot of the spots out there, what would you say is your spot that you love to play at, like your home base?
Oh, like our like favorite hometown venue.
Yeah.
Oh, that's tough. There's a lot of places that I feel very grateful to have been able to play some really awesome shows at. And it's definitely, I'm going to give you two because it
Okay.
is a toss up. Number one is HMAC for sure, Harrisburg Midtown Arts Center. We played some insane shows there. Chris, the owner, is such a sweet guy. His whole crew, we have friends that run sound there and do the loading in, loading out. Ethan Austin, so many good people there that we're tight with. We love them. We love HVAC. We play with Alisana, Hinder, Dayseeker, like a bunch of
Alessana.
huge bands there. And
Alessana's impressive, man. I saw
yeah, we played
them.
with them twice, man. It's cool.
Yeah, I'm sure you learned a lot from that. I mean, they're like impressive. I saw them play in the pouring rain. It was like lightning. I mean, like the full works. Nobody from out in the field even moved, literally stayed there. And they were like playing in between. Like it was
Wow.
just like one of those moments where that is like, that's fans. That's fans literally chanting your lyrics back in crazy ass weather. Like, I
I
mean,
love that.
some of the videos, like it was pouring to the point that like I couldn't even get a video.
That's wild. They're a legacy post hardcore band, scene band, like definitely a huge inspiration to a lot of us growing up because they got so big on like a non-mainstream sound, and I think that's fucking awesome. I love that. And you know playing with them was awesome too. The first time we played with them, Vampires Everywhere was out with them, I think.
Another great one. We just had Maggie Joe who has a
Oh, that's
song.
awesome. And the second time we played with them, it was Palisades that was out with them right before they broke up, which they're one of my favorite bands.
Man, you're just hopping on all those hot shows.
Yeah, we've definitely had, been very lucky to do that. And I think we have an actual fan base locally, like people that aren't really involved in the music scene that come out and see us. Not that there's anything wrong with your scene supporting you. I think that's awesome, but like we have people that have nothing to do with our music scene coming out to our shows, and I think that's important and special. And it's like a testament to where we are at as a band and what we bring to the table, if that makes sense. We're just stellar performers, in my opinion. Like, I think we're fun to watch. We're very interactive after the show. We'll take pictures with everybody, we'll hang out with everybody. I think some bands, they get a little too rock star before they're actually rock stars. And I think what makes you a rock star is how you treat other people personally, you know?
I love that you just said that. So
Oh, thank
important.
you. It
So,
is.
so important.
Yeah.
So
And
I
this,
like gotta ask, what is like a
yeah.
moment that sticks out with you that's a fan interaction that just either insane, either great, weird? Like, what's that moment that sticks out for you?
I've had a couple really cool, like, rock star moments over the past few years, honestly.
Oh, let's
And,
hear 'em.
like, there's a couple that's, like, I don't wanna say out loud because they're weird.
That's
So
fine.
some
I'm all about weird. I'm so weird. Everybody
so
that
s
views this show knows weird is like just with the territory.
I love that. I've had several fans actually try and buy my clothing fresh off of stage. I don't know what I do to, cater that type of, attention, but yeah, I've had that happen, you know, very recently. I've had people try and offer to show me their breasts for free merch, which is weird. Like, it's starting to get weird, like we've had
Have
some
you
weird
signed
moments.
boobies? Have you signed the boobies yet?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. But on the other end of that, and what honestly what I'm here for and what I feel is most important is, like, I started Lives Lost as a ministry, and I consider us a Christian rock, Christian metal band, but we hit or miss talk about it, because not all the other guys are as religious as me or whatever. And my view on Christianity is not like standard, like, I think God is just as close to the stripper and the drug dealer as he is the person that goes to church every Sunday. And I think that rubs a lot of Christians the wrong way. Um, but through Lives Lost being a form of ministry for all walks of life. I don't care what your religious background is. I don't care what your ethnic background, your cultural background. I don't care. If you've been through it, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to talk to you about it. And I had somebody come up to us crying after our set. A song that we don't really play in the set a lot is about a dear friend of mine that committed suicide the day after we were on the phone. And she came up to me and she was crying. She was like, I just want you to know, like, your speech about your friend killing themselves, like, I was through that exact same thing when my son took his own life, last month. And I came out to this bar tonight to drink my sorrows away. And hearing your music and hearing that song and hearing your message, I just want you to know that I think you may have saved my life today. And, like, that's why I do this. I've been through it. I'm mentally ill. I'll talk about it all day. I'm mentally ill. It is what it
Yeah,
is.
and that's
Uh,
like better than getting someone to get a Lives Lost tattoo. You
yeah,
you touch someone to the core. Like, there's bands that have done all sorts of things, but they haven't been able to do that. It's
I
crazy.
agree. And, regardless of how big or small we are as a band, like, I know I'm on the right path for me because things like that happen, and I think that's important, I have a lot of friends that have, like, blown up over the past few years and are doing really well for themselves. And they got to quit their day jobs and stuff. And that's so awesome. And I'm so happy for them, but I'm not just here to quit my day job. I'm here to inspire, enlighten, and provide others with light that they don't otherwise have in their lives, and talk about the shit that nobody wants to talk about. That's why I want to do this. That's what I'm here to do. So that side of, obviously you get the fun rock star stuff that I talked about initially, but, like, that second half, that's way more important to me than numbers or, people being obnoxious about me being a rock star or something, like, it's still cool and flattering, right? But, like, for somebody to tell me that, like, I saved their life or, like, I changed their life with my music, that's I'm winning already.
That's that's awesome. Like, that's such a touching story. I mean, like, I ask a lot of people about fan interactions, and just like things having to do with the fans, and that's like a touching one. That's a good one.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I think, you know, as a musician, a lot of people have an opinion about you, positive, negative, whatever. And the main thing I'm here for is not for other people's opinions, but to continuously be a good person, you know? And I think that's important.
All the time.
Yeah.
I agree 100%.
Hell yeah.
So, as far as your music, because you're really trying to get your message out, and man, you guys are so dynamic and like I said, you guys hit on 2 different levels, but, like, both of them just hit the same like, they hit the same but totally different. Like,
Yeah.
I go into most interviews and I'm like, got 1 song that is, like, my favorite, like, those 2 are equal.
Hmm.
Like, it's like, what mood am I in? Like, am I going hard today? Am I, like, mellow and chill? How
I love
would
that.
you describe your sound to someone that's never heard you before?
I got two that I really go off of that I think for most people is like, oh, it clicks, you know. Um, Number one, angrier Deftones. Uh, I like that a lot. Number two, an emo band if they had a singer that didn't sound like a chick.
Okay.
Like like your insert emo band here. Sleeping with Sirens, but if like Corey Taylor fronted them. Like
Nice, nice, nice
something like
matchup.
that. Or I'll be like emo Breaking Bad. Like stuff that's like descriptive in a way that a normal person is just like, oh, I got it.
Love it. So,
Yeah.
you said you were in a metal band
Yeah,
before.
metalcore band, yeah.
Okay, who are some of your influences? And then I wanna hear some of and I know they're not here, but what are some of
Yeah.
your band like, what are some of their influences? Because, like, you're throwing out, like, ideas that, like, need to be into the universe, and I'm just wondering, like, who did you grow up listening to?
Everything. I grew up on literally everything. I mean, my mom likes pop and country and rap and hip hop and rock, and my dad likes rock and metal. Um, so I grew up on both sides of that, and but like my mom and I would go from listening to like Alicia Keys to like Kid Rock, then to like Frank Martin and Dean Sinatra to like I don't know, Metallica. And we spend a lot of time in the car going places. My mom has a lot of family that she's in charge of or responsible for that she helps out, I guess, especially like elder family members. So I spend a lot of time in the car listening to music, or out in the garage working with my dad listening to like 80s hair bands and like 90s metal bands. I love that. I
Now
mean, I
did
have a
you
metal.
Now did you realize at that age that you would be, like, practicing for the TikTok challenges where they give you all the different
No,
songs?
no, I would have changed directions if I knew that was the direction we were heading in. I would have finished nursing school. you know?
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. I'm not even
Yeah.
gonna lie, I kinda like them because I feel like I I've I've learned through TikTok that, like, I did not know the lyrics to a lot of songs, and, like,
Oh, yeah.
I love that bands now do the, like, lyric videos because
Oh, yeah. It's super nice.
I've just learned that I really did not know what I was singing, but, like, I was still there. I was still there in the
Yeah.
moment. I still, like, was giving off that energy. I just was singing about a different topic that really didn't make sense when I look
I
back.
love that. Hey, but that is cool. There's things that I like about TikTok, Instagram, etc. Like for me, I love vintage concert footage, and there's a lot of that on TikTok now. Like I have a Metallica half sleeve I have an Avenged Sevenfold back tat. Like I have bands that I really love, and seeing like old concert footage without having to go to YouTube and like look for something specific and just discover new stuff that's like, so cool. Like seeing a random show that Metallica played in the 80s, or like, Avenged Sevenfold live from Warp Tour in 2003 or something. It's just awesome to come across that. Well, not even trying. Like I post content, and then, it scrolls to the next video after my video, and it's like, oh, this is something I haven't seen before. That's awesome.
And I love that you, like, groove out when you're doing your videos, like, I
Oh,
mean,
thank you.
yeah, like, I'm gonna duet you. I just wanted to, like, touch base and kinda, like,
I love
talk to
that.
you before, like, I go doing, like, weird duets with you, and, like, you're like, "Wow, this girl's, like, intense." But
No,
I
I
love
like that.
absolutely love that. So let's talk about, like, music. What are you working on? What are
So
the
much.
Actually, before we get into what you're working on, I wanna hear,
Okay.
to, someone that's never heard your music before, where the band's
Yeah.
at right now, what would you suggest? If they had 3 minutes to listen to a song, what would you tell them to listen to?
Go and listen to Found. That's
That's
my
a good
go-to right now. Yeah. Found or Numb Numb the Pain, Found, Champagne. You can't go wrong with those 3, in my opinion. But if it were like a non-casual listener, like if it were another musician, I would send them to a completely different song. Like there's a couple songs that I'm like, if you're musically inclined, they're more impressive, I think. Like Salt the Wound's a good example off of the new EP. That song's just a ripper. It's got like 3 different time signatures. It's got crazy mosh riffs and a crazy breakdown. It's just all over the place. It's got highs and lows. So I really love stuff like that. But like you're casual, like every day, like I listen to music in my car or at the gym. It's one of those 3 songs.
So you're
Found.
basically saying they need to take 9 minutes or more, like,
Yeah,
literally.
yeah, yeah. No, but if they only have 3, if you only have 3 minutes, I'm going Numb the Pain, I think. 3 minutes, Yeah,
Okay, now we can
yeah.
talk about what you're working on and what's to come.
We're working on a full-length album. We have so many songs on my hard drive that are just, like, in limbo. It's like, will we, won't we use them, whatever, but, like, we're really trying to lock in and get, like, 12 to 14 songs that we really love and we want to put them out into the world. And that's another reason the new bandmates, and even my old bandmate, I still like, I'll send Aaron something and be like, hey man, do you think this fits with the rest of the stuff I'm sending you? Like I need that, because to me, as different as our music is, to me, I like all the facets of it because I wrote it. It's hard for me to like separate from myself and be like, this song maybe doesn't fit the vibe, you know? Because to me, they all fit our vibe. But the reality is, some fit vibe better than others. So we're working on full length. We have a new single that we just wrapped up that we're waiting on a mixed master back from. We have an acoustic version of Found that we're wrapping up. And we have a third single. It's going to be a cover that we're wrapping up and going to get over to our producer.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you've got a lot going on, but I just have to say to viewers, I'm calling this now. He's gonna have 14 songs on the album, and there might be 2 bonus tracks.
Yeah, probably. I think you might be onto something there. We did that on our first EP, A Portrait of Loss. If you bought the CD, there was a bonus track. There was a 6th track.
I feel that energy from you.
Yeah. I'm a Scorpio. I like to be a little secretive.
Oh, that explains it all, that explains it all. So, with the new songs, do you go into it because your, like, artwork for the different songs, like, it paints a picture? Like, do you go
Hmm.
into the songs kind of with, like, the whole vision kinda there, or
Sometimes hit or miss, you know. Sometimes it's not until I finish a song that I have an idea for artwork or a music video, you know. But a few songs I knew right off the get go, you know, like Found. I wrote about my wife. I knew what I wanted that music video to look like. I knew what I wanted that cover to look like. You know, everything was all there for me for that song, like instantly. Um, Champagne, I had a big vision for as well. You know, I knew I wanted like a champagne flute on the cover and like a hand and a candle because it's like I don't know. Yeah, sometimes I know and sometimes I don't. But like two of the songs we have right now, I've changed the name like 18 times because I just like I want it to be different than what we've done, you know? And sometimes different is against like the original idea that's in your head and you have to like reframe. It's really hard to do that until you have the final product. So I'm waiting for this final product and then I'm going to readjust and maybe like okay, this makes sense or this, you know what I mean?
Have you
It's
tried
all about
reaching out to some of the fans and asking them for their opinion?
yeah, so we have a Discord with
Okay.
like I think there's
I'm not good with
60.
Discord. Like, we have one, we can get
Yeah.
on it if we need to, but, like, I'm really not good with it.
Yeah, we have a Discord and a Facebook group and I'll run polls in there every now and then, see what the fans want. But our Discord's like 60 of our like closest, tightest knit fans, I'd say. And like those 60 people, they buy every merch drop we have. You know, they tell us, you know, what they want to hear on the record or what visual aspect of the band they like, etc. They voted on my haircut the other day, actually. That was a new one. I've never done that before.
That's great.
I was like, guys, I don't know what to do with my hair. Let's vote on my haircut.
If we
And
could
they
put
were into it.
more to a survey on Facebook, like,
Yeah.
I would, like, it would eliminate a lot. Like, sometimes I'm, like, so over making decisions, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Man, like, I should do more polls."
Yeah, exactly. You know, but we really ask our fans like, you know, what do you want to see on the new record? You know, what part of Lives Lost Sound do you want to hear more of the most, etc. So that's been super helpful. You know, because for me, like I said, I like all of it. I definitely think we're like the direction that I'm trying to take the band in is definitely more like streamlined, like rock rather than the metallic side of things. I'd say I like both a lot, um, you know, but I want to like focus on the clean vocals, the clean singing, and writing memorable songs. You know, um, and
Now,
if those memorable songs,
what were some of the things that the fans were saying to you that they wanted to hear from you guys?
everybody wants us to do like another type of champagne type song.
Okay.
Um, so we're working on that. And another thing that everybody wanted was another um damn, chin up kid type song, which is like to me that's like our ass beater, you know. That's
Okay.
like our mosh song, you know, it's
I was
big
just about to
riffs.
say, people want a song for the
Yeah.
mosh pit. Yup.
Yeah. So, you know, we're doing more of that for sure. I definitely think the new album's like more of like and kind of what I think Lives Lost is, right, is like you know, you can call us post hardcore, you can call us alt metal, but like to me, we've always been like a heavy hard rock or heavy alternative rock band. Like if it was on the radio in the 2000s, like we're like that mixed with like modern metal and metalcore, you know?
Mhm.
So like to me, I want more of that. I want to make more heavy alternative rock. And that's what I'm going to keep doing, you know? But in between there, I got to sprinkle in, you know, what the fans along the way have picked up on and they love too. So.
I can't say that I disagree at all with the fans.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah,
But
that's, you know, that's my
I definitely want to hear all about your music videos because our viewers
mhm,
love to hear Easter eggs in the video that they can kind of
love
look
that.
for, or, like, just things that have happened that, like, kind of give us a little behind the scenes of the music videos. Let's start with Found because that's, like, the first one that I watched, and I was like, "Wow, like, this is
Yeah.
awesome."
That was kind of last minute piece together. So like we had a whole different idea for Found, and like we were gonna shoot that with our normal music video director, Elite, directed by Sorry, and some stuff fell through behind the scenes with. Well, it was so something I did that like annoying for everybody that was working around us at the time was I wanted Aaron to be in all the music videos for his last EP with us because Aaron's one of my best friends.
Okay.
But he had already moved to Ohio, so we had to do everything kind of in one weekend, and it was a nightmare, logistically, you know.
You can't tell.
So oh, thank you. So yeah, Found we like last minute had to salvage a little bit and like make a different idea happen, but it's visually stunning. It's close to the original idea I had, you know, like where my wife is in the music video and she's really pretty and I'm looking for her and she's looking for me and we find each other, but then at the end we pull away from each other and it's like a will they won't they thing. It's just a lot of like mysticism and I love stuff like that, you know. I grew up on M. Night Shyamalan and Stephen King. You know, Stephen King's one of my favorite writers. Like, leave me guessing a little bit, you know, and we definitely did that with that video. And you know, my favorite video that we've ever done as a band is still "Numb the Pain," probably,
Okay.
because that video is like very story driven. And it's like, oh, I wake up and I'm drunk, and I'm like, oh no, I'm drunk again, and then I pop pain pills in my bathroom. You know, it's like exactly what the song's about. And then we go to a gig, and I meet with the guys. There's a couple like Easter eggs in that video that's funny too. Like instead of like having like a vodka bottle or something, I had like a empty table wine bottle in the one shot. It's like Nestle Vineyards, and I'm supposed to be an alcoholic, but like alcoholics, me, I don't know. Maybe they drink wine like
Anything. An
that.
alcoholic goes for anything. It could have been in the wine
Yeah,
closet, like, as a gift one year.
yeah, but like you know, it's a Nestle wine bottle, and then you know the pain pills are fresh mint Tic Tacs, and when we got to the venue and I pull up in the Audi that we rented, I like throw my keys at my bandmate, and we were all dying because he makes this like sad face. It's just like really like it's like a pout, like a little kid pout, you know, and it's like barely in the video. We had, I think, 50 of our fans for that video shoot, and like some random people too that we didn't even really know. But I posted like I was from we shot at my local Legion in the town that I graduated from high school in,
Okay.
and um, I bought like 20 pizzas from my favorite local pizza shop, and I fed everybody, and it was just a good hang. It was kind of stressful, but like also very cool. And like we did this all in one day, so we did the scenes at my house in the morning, and then we met everybody over at this venue, and then we did a secret set in the middle of filming the video and shot the very end stuff, like the car scenes. We shot that in like the middle of the night, and the cops were like tailing us at one point because we were like kind of driving weird to get like the right shot, but on a back street, you know, just like cool. It was just such a good experience. And, you know, Lee is one of my close, dear friends, one of my best friends, directed by Sorry. I love him. He's such a sweetie pie. And it was just such a good experience to do that video all in one day with nothing but a dream and a very limited budget, you know? So, but yeah, we have a lot of music videos. To me, I think the visual aspect is very important, but getting less important now because now you can just make something on your freaking cell phone, post it on TikTok and blow up, you know. But I've always loved music videos, you know. Like I've always just been like I'd go to my grandparents, I'd put on Fuse when I was growing up or VH1 and I'd watch videos all day, like music videos. I love music and I love movies, so it's like the perfect combination for me.
What was your first video that you did?
Brighter Days was the first video that Lives Lost did. That's not really a story as much as like me walking through the woods singing at the camera moodily and the band performing under a bridge. Like we performed under the bridge that leads out of the town next to Hershey, Hummelstown. And it was so fucking cold. And we were all cutting our hands open on our instruments, or like our hands were cracking from the cold. Our generator ran out of gas twice. Like it was just a pain in the ass, but it looks super cool. It's super great music video for the song.
That's awesome. Now,
Yeah,
how many music videos would you say you have? Because you have so many. Like I like
yeah, we have a few.
uh, thing going through, but
Brighter days, letting go of ghosts, equivalent exchange, numb the pain, champagne. I almost forgot about champagne. Let me down slowly, found, and we just dropped one for. So we have 8 videos in all.
okay,
Yeah. So like half of our discography has a music video. Yeah, sounds about right.
that's
Oh
impressive.
wait, 9. I forgot about Johnny Romeo. And there's a visualizer for webs done by Andy from What Lies Below. So 10 actually.
That's really
Yeah.
impressive. So, by
Yeah.
any chance, can you answer what's your wife's favorite song?
Ooh. Hold on. Hey baby, what's your favorite Lives Lost song? She says she doesn't know. I put her on the spot. Not the one about her. She gets so embarrassed when she's at a show and we play Letting Go of Ghosts. Oh, Letting Go of Ghosts. That is the best one.
Okay.
That's my favorite, honestly. That song is just like everything that I love about a rock song, a post hardcore song.
So, as far as live shows coming up, like
Hmm.
you have a lot going on with new music.
Hmm. We only have this weekend, actually, as far as live shows go. And then we're not playing for like a month or two to focus on the behind the scenes stuff. But we're going out with our friends in Major Moment and Twist It. And we're doing Buffalo, New York, Allentown, Pennsylvania, and Baltimore, Maryland this coming weekend, actually. So Black Friday weekend. So November 28th or Thanksgiving weekend, whichever.
It'll be
But
nice. It'll be nice and packed.
yeah,
You have a big crowd. Like, yeah, that
yeah,
should be
nobody's doing anything. So they better be at the shows. No? But no,
now.
it's a great lineup.
Now, what time do doors open? Do you know your placement?
7 p.m. every night. I think we're playing second to last every night, so probably be on around like 9 or 10, depending on the
Okay.
venue. Yeah,
It's always like a good time because I feel
yeah,
like you got the people that are running late from work, like they'll be there by then.
yep. And
And
the
then you got your day
procrastinators
part.
that thought they had time to like get food before, and they were like, "Oh, it's the show already started. We're so late." Yeah. So yeah, it's a good
Now,
time.
where are you playing in Allentown?
Inkwell.
Okay.
It's a new venue, I guess. It just opened up. So it seems cool. I'm excited to play there. Haven't played there yet. Um, it's a smaller, like 150 or 200 caps. So it should be pretty packed out for us. Knock on wood. But that's where Chad's from, our lead guitar player. So he always has a good amount of people out there. We have some good fans out that way. So
Yeah,
should be
and I
cool.
mean that whole lineup is just fire.
It's
Like
Fuego. I agree.
that's like a 3 for 1. I mean, like you can't really go wrong.
I agree. When I hit up, we've toured with Major Moment a decent bit, a few times now. A couple weekends here and there. Um, I love those guys. They're so awesome. And Twist It, we've shared stage with a few times, and I think those kids are so talented. So I'm excited to have two of my favorite bands on one lineup with me for a whole weekend. It's pretty cool. Well, but actually, Twisted's not coming to Buffalo, for almost the whole weekend. It's going to be awesome.
Now, do you have a different band that's playing with you in Buffalo, or is it just you guys?
Us and Major Moment, I think there's a local, but I'm really bad at looking at a flyer preemptively sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. It's something I'm trying to get better at. And when we play like a festival or it's like a whole 2 weeks we're out on, I make sure to like go and check out everybody that the promoters put on. But this was like pretty DIY and last minute, so I've been a little bad, a little naughty.
Okay, let's get into the good stuff. What What was your favorite show to play?
Tough. That's tough. Damn, favorite show. Damn, I thought I'd be able to answer this so fast, but it's like really tough. I think probably it wasn't even that busy, honestly. I think the favorite show we've ever played wasn't even like crazy busy, but was with one of my favorite, like a vocalist I really look up to and a band that I really loved growing up. We played with the Sleeping in the basement of HMAC. Uh, it's not actually the basement; it's the side stage. It's called Stage on Her, and
Mhm.
actually, so fun fact: we played Alisana in 2023 and 2024, or no, 2022 and 2024 is when we played with Alisana, I think. And 2023, we didn't get on it. That's when we played with the Sleeping. And Alisana was upstairs playing the main stage, and we were playing the side stage in the basement with the Sleeping. And there was only like, I think, 60 to 100 people in there, maybe. And the upstairs was absolutely packed because Alisana, duh. But I got to hang out with like a vocalist I really revered, Doug Robinson from The Sleeping, who is also the vocalist for this band called Night Versus. He's a legendary vocalist, underrated vocalist. And getting to hang out with like somebody you look up to me, that's priceless. And being able to play a show with your heroes, like I love that. There's been a couple times I've met my heroes playing shows and I've been like super disappointed. And that was like one of the times that I wasn't disappointed at all. It was very reaffirming that like this guy I look up to is like a nice, good guy and down to earth. Um,
I felt so lucky because all the people that I've really, like, look up to and, like, built
mm,
up in my head, like, they all turned out to be, like, exactly like what I built them up to be, if not more, so, like, I feel really, like, privileged that,
that's awesome.
like, I picked good choices to look up to.
Yeah, no, I love that for you, honestly. There's a band that we played with, and I was just heartbroken playing with them because their vocalist was like kind of a douchebag. And I'm not gonna name names, but
Yeah,
like it
of
was a
course.
band that was like super like I loved them growing up. They were in like every freaking action movie soundtrack, video game soundtrack from like the 90s to the 2000s. Like they were huge for me growing up, largely influential in my childhood. And we finally played with them, and he was just a douchebag.
Yeah, man, if
Yikes.
they're dicks, they're dicks, like, I
Yeah.
I do know a couple people that, like, I really kinda had high hopes for,
Yeah.
and I'm like, then I met them in person, I'm like, "Ooh,
Yeah.
no, not my kind of person," but
Yeah.
that's why there's tons of people in the world.
Exactly. You don't have to be everybody's cup of tea. And maybe I wasn't their cup of tea either. I don't know. So probably didn't help that I sound checked with one of their songs, not knowing they were in the building. They were like, who the fuck is this guy? But it's like my
Well, you
normal
know
sound check
what?
song.
Like, they should take that as a compliment.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I would have viewed it. If I heard somebody singing my song, I'd be like, hell
Most of the, like, bigger artists that I know would, like, come in and be like, they would come in and say something or be like, "Yeah, like, why don't you hold that a little longer?" Or, like, they would do something to kinda, like, break the ice, like,
yeah. Yeah, I love that.
but, yeah, to kinda walk in and be a dick after you, like, sound check with their song and, like, everything, I don't know.
Yeah, it's shitty.
It's like you're big
Um,
enough to know better, like, you've been down this
yeah.
road, like, you were like, that's what, like, a
In
lot
this
of
particular
smaller
bands,
bands I say, I'm like, you know, these artists, they were starting out at one point.
yeah,
They know better.
exactly. And I think like so for this band in particular, and like some of the big bands from the 2000s, they got big because somebody in the band was a celebrity or a pseudo celebrity or from another even bigger band. And I think those guys have a certain chip on their shoulder. If you've been a celebrity and you're still playing like club venues instead of stadiums, I feel like you get like super jaded. Maybe I'm wrong. you know. But like, you know, I think you when you get to this level and then you end up at this level, it sucks. So, not to defend them, but I assume it's something along those lines for that particular crew. Anyway, I also met
Honestly,
Ronnie
it'd be
from.
really overwhelming to, like, only play stadiums. Like, I feel like if I was
Yeah,
a
true.
band, which I'm not, like, I would wanna go, I would wanna weave, like,
Yeah, both, all
intimate
of the above, I guess.
yeah, intimate venue bless you. Intimate
Thank you.
like, venue, big time venue, like, I would kinda wanna weave, like, I don't know, to be
Yeah.
playing huge stadiums every night, like, if you're
But it's
used to, like,
also probably super satisfying, to be able to play to that many people every night. That's got to be like, I feel like that's when you peak. I'm the most people I've played to, I think, is like a few thousand. It was insane. So to play to like tens of thousands of people, that's probably crazy. You
I
know,
feel like when you take away the intimate shows though, like, you can't really see the people, like, up on those huge arena stages, like,
that's true.
you've
It
got
probably just
lights in
becomes
your
like,
eyes, like, you've got, like,
yeah,
huge, like, spaces between the gates, like, I
yeah.
don't know, like, I
It's less intimate for sure. I agree with what you're saying. Actually, I didn't think about that aspect.
like, even, like, merch or anything, like, you can't stand at the merch table, and that's, like,
Yeah.
one of my favorite things, like, a band's merch and, like, all that is, like, part of, like, the band. Like, when I go to a show, like,
100%.
I usually know most of the bands there, so it's gonna be the band that's got, like, the most impressive merch. Like,
Yeah.
I can't even go by, like, the talent of the bands anymore because I think that there's so many talented bands. No, I'm
Yeah.
going by, like, your merch. Is it just a word? Is it, like, more than
A
that? Like, do you want
design.
something different?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I have to kinda pick and choose, or I'd go
Yeah.
broke.
Makes sense. I love
But
that actually. That's like I need to adopt that policy. When I go to like big shows, I feel like sometimes I just buy like my favorite band and the show's merch because it's my favorite band. Maybe I need to buy best merch instead. It's a cool
that's how I have to rate
process.
it now. I
I
mean,
like
like,
that.
I'm deep into band tees, like, I have a
Yeah, me
problem,
too. I have like
and
a
it's like,
hundred something, and my wife was like, "Do you need all of these?" I'm like, "I don't need them, but I bought them."
you know what it is for me? I was just trying to explain to, like, my family because
Mhm.
they all, like, make fun of me. They're like, "How do you even, like, want another band tee? Like, you have, like, enough that you can't even wear them." Like, my band tees to me are like photographs to other people. I
Oh, I
know
like that.
where
Yeah.
I've worn them. I know, like, who I wore them with. Like, it's like a piece it's like a memory to me. So, I have a very hard time getting rid of a band tee unless they're, like, total, like, dickheads. Then I'm like, "Okay, like, I'm okay with getting rid of yours because 'cause you're a jerk."
Come on, Pooh. My dog is being bad right now. I'm on dad
It's
duty.
cool, we're pet friendly, mine's right next to me.
Come here, Pooh. Does he have to go outside? Is he ringing the bell? Okay. I love that. Otis,
Your
come
dog
here.
ring a
Come see.
bell?
Yeah, we taught our dog to ring a bell when he wants to go outside.
6. You need to learn that. Yeah, you need to learn
Yeah,
to
come
ring.
on.
That's
I love
amazing.
that though. I agree with what you're saying though, with like a band tee being like a photograph to you because I remember where I bought the band tee, what venue I saw the band at, you know, who I was with at the show. It's the same for me too, and probably many other concert goers.
I mean, when you go to a lot of concerts, like, I mean, I even have a problem getting rid of, like, the dickhead ones, like, I usually use it to dye my hair. Like, I'll use
Okay.
it
Do you
to
dye
dye
your
my
own
hair,
hair?
or, like, if I'm doing something that, like, I don't care if I ruin, because I mean, merch is expensive nowadays. Like,
Yeah, it is. It is. I spent $35 for a Hawthorne Heights shirt last night.
Depending on which one, it's worth it. I mean, like, they have plain designs, but they have, like, you know, have you
Yeah, I
guys
think I
been to
got
any
like
events?
it was like a almost a tattoo design Hawthorne Heights shirt, I want to say. It was nice. It was nice. I really liked it. So I got it. I had to. But did you say you use the dickhead band tees to dye your hair? Was that what you were saying?
Yes, I definitely do.
Oh, okay.
Like, if
I
I'm
like that.
bleaching my hair or whatever, I'm like, "You know what? I don't care if I, like, get something on this.
Yeah, that makes sense. You dye your
It
own
is
hair
what
then?
it is." Or I started buying, like, larger band tees, so
Mm.
that way, like, if I don't really feel like wearing that band anymore, I can always give it to my son, and he can rock it, like, underneath something.
Oh, I love that.
You
That's
always
awesome
need,
too.
like, the black and white tees, and a lot of the band tees are black and white, so it works out.
No, they're always, bands that I don't support anymore, I wear them as an undershirt at the gym, you know? Like, and
Yep.
I'm like, yeah, now it's a gym shirt, or I cut it up and it's my outside work shirt, So I love the reuse. Um,
Yeah, you got to, because I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. I have been trying to wear all the band tees, though. Like, I have been slowly but surely, like, going through because, like,
Yeah.
I have become kind of a clothes hoarder, and, like, I literally haven't gotten rid of anything in, like, my entire life, except
Oh,
I've
okay.
lost except I can even remember the things that I've, like, lost through the years. Like, I lost a No Doubt T-shirt that I'm still stressing to this day.
Classic. That sucks because I feel like No Doubt merch is like, especially like vintage No Doubt merch, expensive.
And it wasn't even, like, a great merch shirt, it was just, like,
Okay.
my first concert I went to without my parents or, like, without any, like,
Oh,
rental people, and, like, I don't know, it was just, like, one of those shirts. It was really white and, like, whatever, but, I mean, like, I still wonder to this day, like, where did that shirt go? Because I don't know.
I love that though. That's awesome that like you remember that you lost that shirt. Like I have shirts that I don't even remember I lost, but I know I lost them. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
I've
like,
almost thought about going on one of, like, Temu or, like, one of those, like, cheaper sites and, like, actually grabbing, like, kind of like a remake of that
that
particular
same shirt.
quantity, just so I have it, because like, I'm never gonna find it again, and even if I found it at, like, a punk rock flea market or something, like, it's gonna be, like, 80 bucks, 90
Like
bucks.
crazy overpriced.
Like, I always find those people amazing because I love to go to flea markets and, like, thrift
Oh,
stores
they're
and
awesome.
like, I love to see what people can, like, consider vintage and, like, the prices that they put on the vintage stuff.
Vintage stuff is crazy expensive. My wife and I just went to a punk rock type flea market, and it's like, what do you mean this vintage Deftones hoodie's $200? It's like, what? Where'd you get that value from? You know, like where did you decide that that's the price for that?
It is wild. I love when bands, like, mix in, like, weird merch, though. Like, they'll do, like, the
Mm,
custom flannels, and they'll put their name on it or, like, whatever. I mean, like, I eat that up. Like, I
yeah, that is awesome.
that's my weakness, like, the weird things.
I love that.
Speaking
Sometimes you
of
got to get the
merch,
unique
let's
item.
talk about your merch.
I love that. Good
What do you got
segue.
going on?
We have a lot of merch. So we have two different merch sites. We have a print to order site through Shopify, which you can get to from our Spotify. Wow, Shopify, Spotify, easy to remember. And then we have merch hosted on our website that ships directly from me to our fans.
All information going along the bottom.
But yeah, www.liveslostband.com.
But what is, like, the must-have merch that you have out right
Ooh.
now?
we're almost out of our must-have merch, which is our skater, like Warp Tour style skater shirt I had made. It's got a butterfly, like a punk rock butterfly cartoon character on a skateboard with like booze bottle in its hand, wreaking havoc on it. It says "Lives Lost." It's punk rock as fuck. I love it.
I love it. So do you have once that one kind of like runs out, like are you gonna drop like another crazy one? And do you have any ideas of what that will be?
Oh yeah, I have some cool merch. I think we're gonna do a shirt for Found. I've
Okay.
been working on one. It's like a tarot card type T-shirt. Um,
Nice.
it's definitely like a more unique T-shirt that's like combines my love for, like I was saying earlier, mysticism, but also my love for my band and like our imagery. We're really rooted into that, you know, post-hardcore imagery. So,
Now are you gonna do like different color t-shirts? Are you doing black, white?
so we've tried a couple different colors actually, and we have every time we get a different color that's not black, it just does not sell. I
Really?
sit on them forever. Like it'll sell, like we'll sell like I don't know, 20 to 30 of them. But you buy. you know.
Mm.
So always be something dumb like this white shirt I got a few months ago. I think they were on sale. It was like a great sale. I got 100 of them, and we sold 50 of them like that. And now I've been sitting on these other 50 for fucking ever. So white, I feel
Tie-dye those
like, yeah, I was just gonna say, my wife said we should do that. Um, for me, like, I get it. I only buy black t-shirts pretty much. Like a couple of the other neutral colors. Like I think the shirt I have on under this hoodie right now. Yeah, it's like a brown. Like I that's all I buy though, the dark
No.
colors. And like
Okay, I'll tell you what to do. Wear the t-shirt when you're performing, so that way when your fans wanna buy it f off of you, you can be like,
mhm.
"Yeah, sure," and, like,
Oh, that's
another
smart. I love
another
that.
backup, like, ready.
I love that.
Yup.
That's a
Or
smart
just get a
idea.
bunch of people together, like, to run in, like, the glow run and wear the white t-shirts.
Lives Lost white t-shirts. That's a smart idea.
Yup.
Smart.
Be like, "You could be part of the one of our music videos," and have them all running in the lives lost, like, with the glow.
I love that. That's
You get free
$1 million
background.
idea. I love that.
Oh my gosh, that's so fun.
That's
So, when
awesome.
are the shows that are coming up? I looked quickly. Are the 28th, the 29th, and the 30th?
28th, 29th, and 30th. Yep. So in
Oh,
that order: Buffalo, Allentown, Baltimore.
awesome, awesome. And as far as the next song release,
I'm thinking February or March. We'll see though. Because I want to, I got to shoot a music video and then I got to decide what we're doing next. I like to have a full release plan for like 6 months. So if I don't have 6 months planned out, you know, but I think realistically, we're probably looking at March. So keep your
man, you
eyes
go
peeled.
6 months. You put 6 months into it. I did not take you for a 6-monther. Like, I took you as, like, every 6 weeks, like, already have
So
everything down.
yeah, if I didn't have to pay somebody to mix master our stuff, it would be like that. Recording's so expensive. It really is. It's crazy. It's like now we self-engineer our stuff. Like I record like the guitars and the vocals and the bass and the drums and stuff at my house. But then we send it out to get mixed mastered is what we're doing now. And even doing that, we're spending almost $1,000 a song.
Now, if
So
you had the same person kind of
mhm.
doing the mix mastering, or has that kinda changed with the different albums?
We've used a couple different people. Yeah. So mainly up to this point, like our main guy has been Jeff McKinnon, who's awesome at controlledsoundstudios.com. Love Jeff. Um, he's a great songwriter, he's a great producer, and he's a great mix master guy. So very fortunate to work with Jeff. Um, but I think we're at the point where we're like starting to try some new stuff. So we'll see. Like we have some friends that have introduced us to some really like high end producers.
Mhm.
Um, and we're maybe gonna like try a single or two with like somebody crazy. We'll see.
Okay, so studio talk.
Hmm.
Has there been any songs that, like, you went into, like, went kinda to record,
Hmm.
and by the end of them, they were completely different?
Found Found
What did
was
you
like
go into it with the feel being like?
more chill, and it became more like a hard rock song.
Good choice.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I agree. It allowed it to be like more versatile and stuff. So I'm not regretting it. That's one of our biggest songs.
So, any other fun moments while putting a song together?
I think I've had a lot of like aha moments putting songs together. Fun moments, like where stuff just like kind of came together. I
Mhm.
think like one of my favorite like just happened on a whim was actually the chorus to Found because like I had one idea and then we were sitting in the studio and I was like, you know what? This idea, I don't think it's right. Like I don't think it's right. I don't know. Like it was fine. It was like, you know, I think about it, like something like that, like more drug out notes. And then I was like, what if I went more like NSYNC, Backstreet Boy on this, like, and I was in the studio and I was like, oh guys, turn off that track because I'd already tracked scratch vocals, and I was like, turn it off, and then I was like, I had the click going, and I was like, no 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 no, and I was like, that's it, that's got to be it, right? And the guys were like, it was like a hype moment, like it just happened, and I think like some of my best work has just kind of happened, but like that's like that song was magic. I think like big time. Like when we were all in the studio together working on that song, I think it just came together so exquisitely. You know, it was just a full team effort. So it
That's
was like a
awesome.
moment.
Well, I could sit here all night, but I just did notice
Me
the
too.
time,
Yeah,
and so I do need to wrap it up, but oh
absolutely.
my gosh, it's been so much fun, and we will definitely have to have you back on. We'll wait
I
till,
love
like,
that.
after February and after your song gets released, and we can
Yes,
kinda talk about that and hear all about the
and get the
video
rest of
and
the guys
everything
on
else.
there.
Hopefully,
Have
your
the
wife
rest of.
will have her favorite song and, like, be able to give us an answer.
I love that. She answered. It was just delayed. She had to think about it. But that's good.
Okay.
That means she likes all of them, I think. Yeah, she said letting go ghost. So that's an old one, but a goodie.
Okay. There we go.
But
But
yeah,
thank you so much, and
thank
thank you
you.
everyone for tuning in. Please make sure that you go on all the social medias, like you said, Spotify and Shopify, you said, for merch?
Yeah, through our Spotify, you can find our merch on the home EP button. It's linked under there and on our band website, liveslostband.com.
There you go, and, like we were talking about the white tees, you can always get the white tee and run in the glow run. Like,
Yeah, the glow run.
dude, we'll all post you on our social media. Like, you get so
We'll
much
do
coverage
it.
just for running in a Lives Lost shirt.
Yeah, dude, you'll get the repost for sure.
Yeah, like on multiple fronts. It's a win-win for anybody wearing it. Go get that white tee.
I
But
love that.
thank you so much for taking the time to come on. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. And yeah, everything that we said, all the little things that are in the videos, make sure that you go and watch the video and look for them. Make sure you follow their account, see everything that they've got going on, and the 3 shows that they have coming up, make sure you get out to them. They'll
Come
know
hang.
if you're
Nice
not
meeting you
there.
guys.
They'll know if they don't see pictures. Lots of pictures. Lots of pictures.
Picks or didn't
Best
happen,
picture
guys. Let's
contest.
go.
No, but thank you so much. This will be airing on tomorrow night.